One, two, 1, 2. In the place to be. You see what I'm saying? What's up with you, man? What's going on? We rebooted again.
People need to see that, if that makes sense.
They need to see that? Okay, okay. Hold on. I got a little distracted because I just had an email come from my folks over at Action Camera. Shouts out to Action Camera. Uh,
Oh, so who is Action Camera? Shout out to Stewart. I see him. He ready. Look, he
Action
ready to get
Camera.
rebooted.
Action Camera is my
Yeah.
people. They I go in there about every 3 months, and they know I'm just crazy, man. I'll take like a Sony A6700 in and be like, hey, I want to go ahead and upgrade to woo woo. I'll take in whatever. So what I'm thinking about now, and I hit him up this morning, I got my A7C full frame, but I think I want to trade that in, kind of a lateral trade for another FX30. And they hit me up and responded back and saying, James, you're so crazy. But I know. So pardon me if I'm distracted while I'm over here making transactions. Tall boy in the building. Come on now. I see who we got over here. We got Lisa Maria over here on IG.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We listen, we
see
everywhere.
Sherry Ponder over there. Shout out to Sherry Ponder, and the Paul Duncan is over there. What's up, Paul Duncan?
Oh my goodness. Paul Duncan, I'm sitting up straight.
And a rich boy, Joubert. Oh man, we doing something right if they watching on IG.
Yeah.
Shout out to all y'all over there. The Paul Duncan. I'm sorry, man. I just can't be putting a Q with the colon, man. It's got to be a Q.
You better listen to Paul. You better don't listen.
Yeah,
whatever Paul say, you better do. He holds all the buttons. That's
hey,
a
y'all
good
need
dude.
to follow Paul Duncan. Yeah. It's Sorrente Carr. She joined over there on the IG pages. I see. Look, this rebooted thing with this vertical content.
We hitting it. I see. So, I tell you what. Hold on one thing. So let me say this real quick. We see it too. Hit the spot 10:06 in the building. Paul, you watching? We want to get you on this show. Because Paul is the moderator. I've got a handful of moderators. I know you got moderators on your channel as well. I'm fortunate.
I ain't got no moderators. I'm gonna just keep it real.
One.
Paul Duncan. Well, Paul Duncan, you don't be there every day, man. Stop lying, bro. But Paul Duncan is the master moderator, and we would love
to get him on. Yeah, because some of the expansive things that we want to do here on Rebooted, talking about technology from a culture perspective, bringing in Zoom guests, taking away some resources from systems, being able to just have us focus on the engagement and someone to focus on all of the back end administrative stuff, and that's that guy. All right, did I soften him up enough? Is that
he
good?
Said he game. He said he ready. He said he game.
He always ready.
Now the question I have for Paul Duncan
is, here we go.
How many channels does he actually moderate? Because I know he's with Rodecaster.
Stay out his business.
I know he's with Ecamm. I know he's with like multiple live streamers. Like, how many people does he actually like? How many channels does he actually moderate? Like, do he have like a whole schedule? Like, hey, don't bother me from 12 to 6 on these days. Like, these are my hours.
He's a bad man. Listen, I don't. You just put up the bat signal, and Mr. Duncan will show up. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me say this as well too, because I just got a comment here on IG, and what you were saying about the vertical format being everywhere on time. Just got a comment saying it came up on my phone, so I don't have to get up and go to my desktop. So we are convenient. we are hitting the folks where they are. So that's what it's all about. Tell you what, man, let me set some precedents, because we got folks continuing to jump in from all these platforms. Today, we just want to AUA, ask us anything. Right, we got a couple of topics to go in as well, some late breaking things that are happening on the technical side. We want to talk a little bit about social platforms of choice and where folks are residing. I know we're streaming everywhere. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're obviously on YouTube. I think we're on Facebook too. Where you at? Oh, I didn't go on Fanbase tonight. Oh well.
You know what? I can go on live. I can go on Fanbase. Give me 1 second. I go ahead and pull the link.
Give you 1 second.
Let's do this. Paul Duncan said we're at 26, but he has to scale back. So maybe we can be 27 and then cut it off. But the ones that don't know, Paul Duncan is the master moderator. He makes sure that the comments pop up on the screen. If somebody says something crazy, he basically mutes that all out. Like when I say he handles his business, like we be
Mm-hmm.
watching Paul Duncan, like you be
Yeah.
doing your thing. So
I
I
even
guess
bought his censored word list. So
mm,
we within the community convinced him to not just be giving away all of his talents and all of his wares. So he put together a moderator's sensitive word list. So I sent him a couple of dollars, bought him a couple of drinks at Starbucks. I don't know what we bought him, but that's how it is.
mm,
All
that's
right.
what's up.
Listen, I'm an Apple guy. You're not an Apple guy. We got this. I'm not even really excited about what's supposed to happen tomorrow. We'll go into some of these other stories as well. But again, if you guys got a question or a comment or just want to engage and interact, make sure you put it in your comments section so we can talk to you. Somewhat big event happening tomorrow with the iPhone SE, which is the budget-friendly or the budget-priced phone that's coming out tomorrow, supposedly. No one knows, but again, that's what the rumor mill, and that's what it's looking like from some of the Tim Cook tweets and things that are coming out. I'm not excited about a budget-friendly or budget-focused phone, and I don't know. I know you've got like a high-end Pixel. You used to be an LG guy. Used to be a Samsung guy, probably for a minute as well. But I mean, I think it's just because of what we do: content creation, live streaming, taking high quality photos and things like that. We gonna spend $1,000, right?
Mm.
We gonna spend kind of that money to get those cameras, that capacity, all of that. What are your thoughts on like when someone like if Google was to announce a Pixel that was a budget friendly model, or if LG was to come back and do a budget friendly model? What's your thoughts on something like that and this iPhone SE4 that's supposed to come out tomorrow?
I'm all for it, to be honest with you, because everybody just is not able. This, you got to play the church choir sounds in the background. Everybody ain't able, right? So, but they still want to be able to have access to some of those features that are being released, right? So why not give them an opportunity to say, you know I'm probably not going to use all of these features, but I just would like to just know that I can have access to good camera quality, or I may have access to good security or security updates, right? um, you're playing with, remember, these phones are $1,000,
Yeah,
and at $1,000, I mean, this is
$1,000.
an actual computer. So I mean, if you can get a phone down to $395 to $500, which the Pixel regular one is, and I think you and I had that conversation. Should I go with Pixel, Pixel Pro, Pixel
You
Pro
almost got me
XL,
to
right?
switch. That's the problem. You almost got me to switch.
You didn't tell me that part though. But what I'm saying is, when you and I did the math with the Pixel versus Pixel Pro versus the Pixel Pro XL, it really did not even make sense to go with the Pixel Pro. It
Yeah.
was like, hey, just go ahead and spend the money for the regular Pixel. Now, what got me was they ran a promotion for double the storage. So instead of 128 gigs,
Okay.
I got 256,
Okay.
and it was the same price as the Pixel Pro. That was the only reason, because we all know when you go get an iPhone or you get an Android, your phones tends to fill up. And when they fill up because you took video, you took pictures, and you did not delete that stuff. That was the only reason why Tallboy went with Pixel Pro XL. Had it not been for double the storage as the promotion that they were running,
Mm.
I would have been with the regular Pixel, and I would have been perfectly fine with the features that they were rolling out.
That's interesting because I look at you as a corner case, right? Again, you're not the average user, and I guess even after all the years of knowing you, because again, you're out there on the go, taking video, taking photo, doing a
Mhm.
little bit of live streaming from your mobile phone as well, but not as much as a high end video on the spot kind of things. But so I would have thought that you would have gone with the big fella just regardless.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no. I'm
okay.
well, I'm budget conscious first, because we like to
Mm-hmm.
ball out on a budget. I like to
Mm-hmm.
take trips, and I'm not gonna be sitting at home with a nice phone talking about I would like to go, but I'm playing with my phone, as
You're not
opposed to
gonna be
going and making it and
phone
using what
poor.
I got.
I heard that. But I say, listen,
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
you gonna be phone poor.
No, we're not
Seniors
doing
in the
that.
building. What's happening, sir? Good to see you. Some more smart.
Uh,
What was it? AirTags, maybe iPad. My mom was looking for another iPad. She's got an OG one, but we'll see what comes out tomorrow. If the
All those
iPads,
iPads you got, you not
see,
willing to see? Yeah, I'm getting in your
show,
business.
yeah, show.
All
Let
them
me take him
iPads you
off
got?
camera. Lord have mercy. See, Paul, this is what we need right here. So even one of the hosts, Paul, we need you to just be to take one of them off screen when they starts making situations like that. So don't do that, T-boy. God. Oh, snap. Sylvia Nixon's in the building. Shouts out to Preston. So, oh my God, coming through on IG. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you, sis, for coming through. I'm liking this again. I just, I'm single threaded, so it's very hard to look at multiple screens if they're not integrated. And I got the comments coming in one place. I got my wife texting me that she just landed in LA just now. So I mean, I got a lot of things going on, and y'all know I'm no good when I'm at the house alone. So it's gonna be
buying stuff.
It's gonna be okay. See, hey, I already got it open. No, see, I already got the B&H screen open, and that's a problem because they got some sales going on, and they remember me. Oh, $200 instant savings, James, expires in 5 days.
Wow.
We'll see.
Speaking of that, did you do any deals with President's Day? I know Peacock had a nice streaming deal for $30. Did you jump on that? I think Max had a deal. Adobe, they had. Well, you had to be a college student to get a real deal.
Yeah.
If you know somebody in college, they had Adobe Suite for like $15.99 a month, as opposed to the what is it, $49 or $59 a month? Like, did you jump on any holiday sales?
Not because of the holiday, but we did just do a bundle of Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus through one of our travel credit cards. So we did that, and it's pretty lucrative because we've been watching the show on Hulu, which is, and don't ask me what the name of it is because it just fell out of my head. But so yeah, we doing that, consolidating all these subscriptions too, man. I mean, because you know how it is. Good Lord, right? And we got so many subscriptions going on, especially in the toolkit. So yeah, we did that. Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. But no, I haven't bought anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sharente Carr says, I thought all brands have a budget-friendly phone and tablets.
They do. And again, it's one of those things, you get what you pay for. But I'm bougie just because I got to get the latest and the greatest. Why? Who knows? I don't know. But I'm not going to get the SE4 tomorrow. I'm probably not even going to recommend it. To be honest with you, I'd probably recommend someone in the iOS ecosystem, maybe last year's phone, 15 or 14. But I'll have to see. I'm gonna watch it because that's just what I do as well. So I'll watch Tim Cook up there doing the thing and telling everyone how much they need it and how great it is, and we'll see how it goes. But
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Who is this phone designed for?
That's a good question. I think it's designed for youngsters. I honestly think it's designed either for youngsters and y'all chime in the comments if you think it differently as well. Kids, the early teens, maybe even some seniors as well, who don't need all the functionality, they don't need all the bells and whistles, who may not ever need Apple Intelligence, the built-in Chat GPT or things like that. Someone who literally just wants the phone to make phone calls and take a couple of pictures for social media. No one who needs all of the high processing power. No one who needs to do a whole bunch of other things. That's where I really think it's designed to go to.
So what about somebody who's not familiar with working the phone?
Man, you out of luck then, bro. Well, all these phones, either operating environment, I think Android and iOS, very intuitive, right? The swipe left and right. I mean, give it to a kid and they automatically know how to fire up YouTube. They know how to do the thing, right? Activate apps and things of that. So I recommend more iOS than Android to folks who are less tech savvy, right? Tech savvy folks, I say, check out the Android because you like to hunt and peck and you like to customize and things of that nature. But for, again, the early teens, probably, I don't know how young are folks now when they give their kids phones, 10, 11, 12 years old? I don't know. Those folks, and then again, maybe our seniors who, again, don't need all of that technology right in the palm of their hands. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. That's why I asked. I
Don't
mean,
ask
like
me.
I
Listen,
said,
I play an expert on the internet. Oh, we're on the internet right now. Sorry.
this guy. Sharente says, I have the iPhone 16 Pro with 1 terabyte
Gangster.
and a Google Pixel 8 Pro.
Well, she gangster though. See, listen, Sharente, y'all have her put her channel in the comments somewhere. She already got a plaque.
Yeah,
Right?
Sharente doing it.
Yeah,
Like
right. So she's doing the thing.
last year, she wasn't even there, and then within 1 year, she's already got a silver plaque at the
Got
house.
the plaque, right?
Living it.
Found her niche and doing the
makeup
thing.
tutorials. What is it? God, I can't think of it. Roblox. I don't even know what Roblox is, but I
like
got
that. Okay, because I saw her doing some of the things in the makeup and the beauty. I haven't seen her doing some of the gaming, but yeah, again, she found her niche and killing it. Right. I mean, we worked together a little bit with Opus Clip and Opus Pro because we've been together for some events. But yeah, shouts out to Sharente for out there doing the thing. Lisa Maria says her grandson is a whiz at technology, and she's got 7. What you got? You got iPhone 7? You're gonna have to explain that. You're gonna have to be more clear than that. I know you don't have no old school iPhone 7. I got a 5 on the. Hold on, where is it at? Can you see it? There's a 4, and there's the classic 5 on the wall right there. Right there.
Here he go trying to stun again,
I'm
y'all.
stunting on, hey, Grid Studio. Shouts out to Grid Studio for sending your boy his things right there. And you see the MacBook Air right there. Oh, yeah, right there on the wall, right, man. Shouts out to Grid Studio. Okay.
What's up, J Tree? I see you. J Tree 33. He just tapped in. Yeah, okay. I want to switch gears a little bit, but I don't know whether I want to go with AI or if I want to go with this wood up, because you was talking about this wood up thing last week. So talk to us about this wood up real briefly. Oh, you didn't put it up on the wall. You just still got the samples.
Not yet. I got the samples. So who this fool? First of all, Frank Jackson, was good to you. We appreciate you for being here, man, as well. All right, let me go on over here to wood up so y'all can see. If it was a bigger screen, see, there go John again. Hold on, let me throw this out here. Oh,
so
coming through.
Explain to the people what wood up is.
Well, let's deal with our biggest critic first. Just coming through every single time. See, again, Paul Nugget. This is why we need to mute certain folks every now and then, even though he's a good dude. Talking about the fact that we're going vertical instead of horizontal. All right, so this is what I'm looking at doing real soon. I'm going to take this wall behind me, folks. And he just left the screen. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
I'm going to take this wall behind the screen.
Put yourself on the screen, man. Take me off. I'm just going to talk behind the scene. I don't know.
Lord have mercy. This wall behind me, my accent wall, I'm actually going to use this product right here called Wood Up, which are sound panels. And they look like wood slats. And they're made of wood slats anyway. Put that on the wall. I've got a couple of samples that I'm gonna go with. I got the lighter and I got the darker. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here, the little lighter, because I don't want the room to get too dark. But the idea is sound isolation. I've already got the room pretty well treated, but still saved from some of the sounds bouncing off the walls. But from an aesthetic piece, I just want to get rid of just that plain wall back there and add a little flair to it, add a little extra touch. It's going to cost a little bit, so don't be afraid of the super chats. Don't be afraid to go out there and buy some merch or something to help you folks out as we do these things. But I'm looking forward to probably doing it next week if I can get some help, because I don't have any more tools. When I moved, I sold all my tools, and when the kids moved out, so I need a table saw, I need a jigsaw. I know everybody's supposed to have these kinds of things, but I got rid of them because I thought I didn't need them anymore. But that's the idea. So here's what. Let's walk through in order. I might mess around and order them right now. You got to tell me twice. I'm gonna go with this walnut.
So basically, if you want to have a better decor in the house, this is where you would go to get sound panels to help with the treatment of the walls, to where if you have like that echoey sound, or if you just want a nice stylish look to your to your studio? Is that
Yeah.
what this would be used for?
I'm going for both, right? For the aesthetic piece and for also the sound dampening. So I just again want to get rid of just the plain wall back there. Yeah, I got the items hung up on the wall and I got my TV back there for marketing purposes, but I want to actually bring a little different look and feel to the office as well. And I'll be able to mount some things on it on the wall along with this. So let me see. If I bought each box contains 15-foot by 1.5 square foot coverage. So I'd have to buy. Yeah, those are dope. See that? See that look? That's what I'm talking about. Let me get these. So if I
wonder
bought.
how many guys. I wonder how many guys actually care about this. Now, maybe the women might care, but I don't think the guys.
No, hey, you're wrong, brother. I'm seeing a lot of folks do this level up for their studio, either a full wall or half wall. But again, I'm seeing a lot of large channels and large creators and just folks that do a lot of Zooms and webinars and things like that doing this exact thing right here. Right there's many other companies out there, but I chose Wood Up because, well, they sent free samples, so that's why I like them as well. But there's a lot of other companies. there's
Well,
a lot
maybe
of other
Rebooted.
companies out there.
I'm not gonna knock them, but I like I said, you said it last week. I'm playing bad cop, you playing good cop, and like I said, I just don't think men, or I mean, maybe I might be wrong.
Well,
I just know
think about what you got behind you, right? You put up a black screen. You at one time you had a green screen. Now you got a black screen, but it's almost the same type of thought pattern as well.
I had green and black panels. Now I just put up a sheet. Don't judge me. I want to decorate the sheet, but I just haven't figured out what I want to put behind the sheet. Now maybe Wood Up might have something there, but I only have like literally.
That's gonna be cut up in about 2 hours, y'all. That's gonna be all over the internet. Shouts out to Opus Clip and Choppity. That's gonna be all over the internet right there.
This guy right here. All right.
You're gonna be a
just being honest. You want me to keep it real? So you want me to keep it real, or you want me to, just do it for the, just do it for the live? Like, come on, man. I'm just being honest. Like, this is my setup. Like, my apartment is only so big, and I'm not about to. I've already turned the living room into a studio now. Like, I only got 2 inches. I'm not blessed like you to have that nice little background with, all my accolades of my original iPhones and iPads and all of that.
Say that with your chest, boy. Say that with your chest. Mr. Riley's in the building talking about, see, dudes are upgrading to the sound panels. And Mr. Riley, listen, when he goes live, Mr. Riley's world, I can see him with some of those as well. He down there in Southern California. Appreciate you for joining, sir. Tech troublemaker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real wood. You don't get the same sound, or real wood is too expensive. Real wood is too expensive. I got 2 kids in D1 colleges. I'm going with. Right, I got
D1 colleges.
Yeah, I'm paying for Oregon and Los Angeles. So right now, this is what we gonna do. Appreciate that question, though, man. Keeping it real. Shouts out to my man Doc Rock. You see me rocking his coffee is for. I convert coffee into content. Everybody's got merch, so I'm rocking with his stuff tonight. I know you drinking on something else though. I'm drinking caffeine. You drinking.
Another strawberry daiquiri from Dailies. That's what I'm drinking
on. Oh, yeah. I got him now, ladies and gentlemen. He done moved over. I'm gonna make
to the YouTubes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him a moderator right now.
Oh, look at him! All right. I have an Elgato standing green screen if you need it at the Lab Tech Show.
Oh, hold on, Paul. What's the price? Hold on, before I add you as a moderator, I gotta.
Man, come on, man. This guy. We talking about numbers after the show.
Okay. I'm gonna add him there.
This guy.
Boy, he may be kind of pricey. I'll send you some gear. I'll send you some merch.
I'm glad he's on your channel because I can't afford them. I would love them, but I can't afford them.
My God.
Wednesdays, 8:00, YouTube, the Lab Tech Show.
All right, brother. So that's that story right there. That's not as exciting. It's a personal thing that I'm trying to do. And I appreciate you bringing it up because I'm gonna be excited when I get it up. I am. When I get it on the wall, I am gonna be excited, and I am going to be. I'm not an unboxing kind of guy.
Y'all.
Huh?
It'll be ready by Easter, y'all. You have
Oh,
the
it's gonna
Easter
listen. Don't
outfit.
get it twisted. It's gonna be ready, and it's gonna be nice. But I'm
Oh,
just saying. I'm not normally like an unboxing or unveiling kind of guy. I get stuff from all these companies, just like you do. And I rarely will sit and do an unboxing. I'll use it and I'll talk about it, but kind of negate a lot of the contracts, unfortunately, that I'm with by not doing unboxing videos. So hopefully some of those companies aren't watching tonight, or I'll cut that out.
Speaking of unboxing,
Hmm.
I got a product in the
Banshee
mail,
has them, yep.
a 4-port power bank from J5 Create.
Okay.
So this is pretty cool because this 4-port power bank can not only charge your phones, it can also charge your laptop, and it allows you to charge 4 devices simultaneously at the same time. And then it also comes with a 100 watts of power. So the cord is a 100-watt cord, if I'm correct. And this is compatible with a wide variety of ranges of devices, such as the MacBook, the iPhone, the iPad, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, handheld game consoles, the USB-C laptops, and other devices. So I played with this the other day, and I was very impressed
All right,
with this
which one
device
is it
here.
again? Because I'm on the J5 Create website, and
This
they're a good
is the
company. I know they're based out of Atlanta. Yeah, they're a good company.
This is the 26800 milliamps power delivery 100 watt.
100 watt. There we go. Boom.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
$100.
played with it, and so I had another one that only allowed me to do USB-A, but this has 2 USB-C ports,
Yes, sir.
as well as the 2 USB-A ports. So instead of the 4 USB-A, and we're now starting to move over to USB-C, I thought that was pretty dope to know that, I can charge my USB-C devices, so C to C, as opposed to A to C. And now you can just say, hey, I got my cables and I can charge my glasses. I can charge my phone. I can charge my laptop if needed, or I can charge my tablet, so, or if you have another device that needs to be charged, you have that, you got 2 USB-A to C. Well, you have 2 USB-A ports that can be to Lightning, that can be to micro USB-C, or that could be to USB-C. And then you also have the 2 USB-C ports that can go USB-C to Lightning or USB-C to USB-C. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on. So, yeah, I glossed over the fact that this actually has an internal battery.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to.
I thought I was, just placating. I was like, okay, great. You got another power connection. But the fact that this actually has a battery, okay, I'm sorry. Now you are coming with some truth here. That's dope. That's actually, I was like, what are he talking about this for? Like my sound panels.
Man, you better put some respect on my reviews, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you, because, and don't get me wrong, how many people actually walk around with a portable power bank, And I'm not telling you to walk around with this, because this is
everybody who's already common here probably has, because we just like that. Because we built different that way. So, but again, we're abnormal. We're not the normal type of folks. But who got a power bank in their back pocket right now? Roy.
They not like us.
Oh my
they
God,
not
no,
like
he
us.
didn't.
Yes, they not like us. This is big. Now, most people only get the 5,000 milliamps. You might be lucky if you get the 10,000 milliamps. And I think the problem is people don't understand what milliamps mean. And milliamps is how many charges you can get, or how much juice can go to your phone. Most people just say, I'm just picking up one because it's really cheap and it'll charge my phone. Well, that 5,000 milliamp, and this is the key, you're looking for that word MAH, it's called milliamps. The more, the better. This has 26,800 milliamps. So this can charge your phone about 4 or 5 times. Now, that might be overkill, but just keep in mind, what if you have your laptop with you? What if you have your tablet with you? What if you can charge this multiple times, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
now,
3 hours of full charge is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But the average person, you see, if How many times have you been to an event and you see somebody over there getting what do you call it? They get uh they at a rest stop
Mm.
by a power outlet, and they're missing the event, or they're missing the concert, or they're missing whatever's going on because they ain't got no more juice.
My goodness.
They didn't think
All
to
the time at the
charge.
airport. Yep.
Yeah, and so now you're walking around with this little 5,000 juice pack, 5,000 milliamp juice pack, and that's only going to get you to 30 or 40%. 10,000 milliamps can get you a full charge, but then that's it. And then when you get to 20, 15, and 20,000 milliamps, now you're starting to, hey, this can last me for my whole outing or for my whole event. I never leave home without my big one. But now that big one has now, I walk, that goes everywhere with me. But now it's reduced in size.
Yeah.
So now instead of a full one, I got this one. So I had a Max Oak before, and I'm walking around with this big power brick, and everybody's like, "What is that? You got a whole computer?" I was like, "No, it's a portable charger." But now I got something smaller.
And think about it from this side too. Now I see a couple of comments. I'm gonna chime in on them as well. A lot of times we were at events because we were talking about some new conferences that are coming up, and then we always go like NAB, we always go to CES, we always go to all these. When you're traveling, when you're out there walking them streets, walking them conference room halls, the lighter that toolbox can be, the lighter that backpack can be, the more condensed it can be, the better. And that right there is hot. 5 volts for John was asking the question on the output. Roy was talking about Anchor. Anchor. Okay, so I got the Anchor.
Okay, let's see what he's working with.
No, I got the Anchor that's been recalled. If you got this one, don't use it. Don't carry it on the plane, folks. This is the one that Anchor makes dope stuff. Listen, they the truth for truth. But this one right here, this one doesn't go anywhere with me anymore. It's just a sitting brick because this is the one that's been recalled and will probably blow up on you. But there you go.
Can Roy, you imagine? Can you imagine being on the plane? Can you imagine being on the plane and then all of a sudden the overhead bin catches fire and it's coming out of your bag?
Has some explaining to do. I already fit the description. So, there would be some explaining and couldn't say yay or nay. It would just be embarrassing. So if you got gear that's been recalled, send it back to Anchor or to Amazon or wherever you got it. Check out J5 Curate. Again, they're based out of Atlanta. We met them before. Some really good folks that run that company, especially on the engineering side. They listen and they iterate pretty quickly. So I just had to throw that little caveat that I got defective Anchor gear.
Sharente says, "Thanks, bestie. I've always questioned what MAH means, what milliamps mean." Yeah, I got you.
Look at you bringing value.
No, but once again, this is something that we see it, but we don't really take the time to understand what it means, right? And unfortunately, we're going to go with the cheaper price as opposed to understanding what it actually means,
don't
right?
Do that.
So, but that's just what it is because we're looking at price as opposed to value.
Or price versus cost. I wrote a newsletter post about that over the weekend while I was looking at the Pacific Ocean. So that was actually
cost? Isn't that the same thing?
No, brother, price versus cost. What are you willing? It's like again back to the whole analogy of what I always say: people pay attention to what they pay for. So I'm willing to pay for functionality that I need, but I don't want to spend X number of dollars. I know I should get the mid tier or the top tier, but this low end cable will still charge my phone once in a while. When I know I should probably be getting that Apple cable instead of that cheap one from Walmart. Sorry, Mom. Right, instead of getting that $5 one, I know I should be getting that $40 one. Don't want to, but it's a price versus cost conversation. No, we're not never gonna get any new brand partnerships because I'm just talking madness about everybody. I didn't talk bad about Anchor.
You gotta keep it real, and then that makes them. You're holding them to the fire.
We did say we were going to do that. No, you know what? We did say we was going.
No, you can play good cop all you want, but I'm gonna just call them out. Like if your stuff ain't right, your stuff ain't right. Now prove me wrong by sending me a unit so I can tell everybody I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But you want to tell people, hey, I'm sorry, but no, your stuff don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out.
Tell
No,
it to it like a T.I. is.
Hey.
All right. Cast Ahead is in the building. See you over there, sir. I'm sorry if I'm just throwing people's business out in the streets over there on IG. We see Mr. Hendricks out there as well. Well, I see you, man. I see you. Restream has got to get a way to pull Instagram comments in. Sneha is in the building. What's going on with you, my friend? Hey, it's after hours. All right, don't yell at me. I did everything I had to do for the. But speaking of internet, I'm all over the board today because again, I'm here alone because my wife's out of town. My kids are gone. Internet, I got AT&T coming here tomorrow. I've already got gig fiber. We upgrading to 2 gig tomorrow. So next week, everything is going to be run through Ecamm instead of outsourcing through Restream, and we'll be able to pull in IG comments. Well, you gotta say something. Think about what I just said.
I'm listening, but I'm not comprehending. So you're upgrading to 2 gig because you got to remember the people that's watching this show, some get it, some don't. And I'm kind of like the people that just don't get what you just said. So I'm trying to break down what you just said.
You're trying to break it down
you
into
already
language.
have fiber.
Yes.
You already have fiber.
Yes.
And now you're going to go to their highest tier is what you're saying.
Ooh-wee.
And then you're saying the highest tier is going to allow you to bring in Instagram comments?
No, so I'm on 1 gig fiber. Typically, when someone goes high speed internet, they're only at 300 meg or 500 megabits per second or something of that, right? I'm on 1,000 megabits, so I'm on 1 gig fiber, which is an incredibly fast connection, multiple devices, a lot of streaming, a lot of right, a whole bunch of YouTube going on, a whole lot of Apple Music, whatever the case may be, a whole bunch of devices going on at the exact same time and being able to live stream to multiple platforms. I don't have a problem right now, but what I want to do is as this show continues to grow and evolve, and I know what's going to happen because I'm looking at all the numbers from all the different platforms, the folks that are watching, and I know we've hit on something that's going to work. All the other platforms and all the other shows that I have, if I just upgrade that times 2, if I double it, there will never be a problem with internet connectivity, regardless of how many people are using the system at the exact same time. I'll be able to stream everything in 4K. Right now we're down to 1080 because we're going out to some platforms that don't support 4K. But I'll be able to push everything out at 4K. Without any buffering, without any latency, without any issues from a network perspective. And I'll probably pull Restream out of the mix and run everything through Ecamm. Because through Ecamm, I can pull in Instagram comments.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I get it.
Want me to draw it on a whiteboard or something? I can do that too. That's what I do.
No, you got to explain this to the people because, I mean, you got to also remember they don't understand
opening the pipes. That's right, Mr. Stone. I'm opening up the pipes.
Let's be fair. They don't understand streaming. They don't know what it really takes as far as megs going up versus megs going down. And so you're talking this language and you're going over a lot of these people's head. Now, somebody like Paul Duncan, Awesome Fun Things, and Roy, Tech Troublemaker, they got that. But other people, they're not understanding, the capabilities of what you're doing. And last week, we just talked about how the Super Bowl, they were streaming at 1080 and they upscaled to 4K. So you can do a 1080 stream and don't feel bad because most people are watching on their phones and they're only pushing out, if I'm correct, 480 on the phone.
No,
I might be wrong.
720.
720 on the phone.
Yeah, 480.
And how many people really have a 4K TV in their house? Now, if you do have a 4K TV in your house and you're watching on YouTube, there's that chance that you will be able to get that full experience. But if you're watching on Facebook on your computer, you're getting this at 1080. So, I mean, I'm trying to break it down to the person that is like, what in the world is you? Because you're going over these people's head.
What the hell? You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
No, they not understanding nothing you're saying, man. And I be trying to tell you, you got to explain this to see. You got to be for the people, James. Be tall boy for the people.
I done left the people behind.
You told them to catch up, and they didn't want to catch up at your speed.
You better get on. I'm not talking fast. Y'all just listening slow.
This guy.
Some folks will get that.
I can't even keep my ear. See, I don't even want to.
Yeah,
I can't keep
some folks will get that reference, and if you do get it, then you my people. If you didn't get it, go find out. I'm not talking fast. Y'all just listening slow. Let's see here. Tech Troublemaker says he's got Gig Up and Gig Down. Yeah, it's dope. That's what I got right now. Live stream and usually recorded 4K because they can. Man, he's just over there, maverick.
Yeah, look, guys, James got it like that. So when you ask him for a couple dollars and ask him to support your merch page, he got it. Cowboy though.
Trevor Nichols. I'm not showing off, man. We just, we just.
Yes, he is.
What we're doing, we're just trying to make sure we bring the highest level of production for the audience and for the community. Reason being is because there's so much in the pipeline, and we'll get to some of these other stories as well. Again, this is really an ask us anything. So if you got questions, but there's so much kind of on the vision board and in the pipeline for this calendar and fiscal year that we are doing, and this is really a beginning of that. Again, it's a price versus cost. You get what you pay for. You got to have the infrastructure in place. You got to have the tools in place. You got to have the automations in place. It's got to be right from our end such that we can deliver a high quality product to you that will make you want to say, what are you doing on Tuesday night? Well, at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'm watching Rebooted because they're about to bring this heat. So we want to continue to keep that going. So there we go. Trevor Nichols is saying good evening. What it do?
Oh, he showed up on time. Shout out to my boy Trevor.
I ain't gonna put you out like that. He
showed up. No, I mean, hey, we said 7:30, 6:30 his time. Hey, pull up, come support us.
He may have something to do.
Man, Trevor got it like that.
Okay.
I'm calling people out. I'm calling my people out.
I know you rude. Golly.
No, I'm just real.
Last year, let's talk about some products that are now defunct. Last year, did you get into this Humane AI pen? Your boy Marquez was talking about it for a minute, MKBHD. But Humane's AI pen, as you can see from the story, is now dead. HP has bought it. Shouts out to HP. I gave him 20 years of my life. But HP has bought the company and the technology for $116 million. That's crazy.
So do you mind telling people what Humane is, and look at the guest chat if you don't mind?
Look at the guest chat if you're going to. Okay. Shirley P is in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here.
Tell people what the Humane pen is because they're not understanding.
Humane pen was a wearable device that allowed you to dictate AI prompts. So you would tell this pen that you would wear on your lapel. I'm laughing because I didn't think it was a great thing anyway. And hence, in less than a year, it's already gone. But you would wear it on your lapel. It had a camera so it could see things, and then it could kind of audibly read back what it saw. You could give it prompts, and you could tell it to solve situations or solve problems or solve questions for you. I think in concept, I agreed with it, but in execution, it just didn't seem right. I couldn't see folks literally walking around with a pen that looked like that attached to their lapel. Again, just from an aesthetic perspective, it didn't work. Something that actually I think works better is like Plod, which is what we talked about. Was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? Something like that, which has the built-in integrated microphones that record everything that you're talking about and allows you to transcribe that off of their website. That seems much more functional and feasible as opposed to something like this. And I can't even say what the size is. I don't know if I have anything to kind of match or give a comparison of what the size was. But it's 1 by 1 kind of a square type of thing that you would mount to yourself. It didn't make sense to me. You ready to come back on camera, brother? That's what that. And there was a competitive product. Was it Rabbit? Yeah. I haven't heard from them in a while as well. But yeah, Humane announced today that they have been acquired by HP, like I say, for $116 million. The hardware startup is immediately discontinuing sales of its $500 AI pen. $500 is too much money to pay for that in the first place. I understand the development, the R&D behind something like that, but ain't nobody paying $500 for that.
No. Well, the rabbit, from my understanding,
didn't you get the rabbit?
No, I did not. I saw the Humane pen back in October 2 years ago, and when I saw it, I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be off the chain. I'm going to like this, right?" And when I got out to this, I met somebody, another journalist and media personality, and he said, "Man, forget the Humane pen. Rabbit just made this major announcement, and this is going to be better than the Humane pen." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So that was the buzz that was going around CES last year. The Humane pen comes out, and it was just a straight debacle. It could not hold up to any of the things that it was. Just for the people who bought in, and I think it was like $400, $500 or something like that.
$500, yeah, $499.
And it was like, for the people who invested in that, it's like, man, that's just $500 down the drain. And then so when they said the rabbit was coming, they said this is supposed to be better. And the rabbit was really no better either. And to James's point, to what he just said, the only thing that I've seen that has come out that has been somewhat relatively ideal would be the Claude Note pen. Now, they came out with the Claude Note last year, but then now the pen just released this year. So I'm going to take a chance on it, play with it, because you can use it as a necklace, you can use it as a wristband, you can use it as a lapel, right? So that has the capabilities, and we already know that it's been proven, tried, and tested. Whereas with the rabbit and the Humane pen, it had never came to market to be even tested. So unfortunately, it was a dud. And I know a lot of you that are watching probably would not have invested into this tech. You're probably second or third generation, but somebody like myself, I was heavily considering spending that kind of money to say this could replace my phone. And I really thought that this was going to be the thing to replace my phone. It could take pictures. It could, take snapshots of short video clips. It could record, and it could pull up your messaging. So I thought this could be the replacement of the phone. And I know a lot of people are saying, what could replace the phone? I don't think anything can, outside of these Meta Ray-Bans, and I'm not saying Ray-Bans is going to be the end all be all. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another competitor that's going to come out at some point, but Humane and Rabbit is just not it.
Yeah, I apologize for the delay there. I'm looking at some of the comments. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Paul, I was looking at your comment, and I know about that device because I have that USB checker as well. I should stop questioning Paul Duncan. Whatever he sends is accurate. I'll put it on screen. I'm just gonna buy one. They reached out to me and they said they would send it, but I'm gonna support them. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get one as well. Let's see if I can get a deal on the plan.
What? On the Claude?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no deals. No, there's no deals. You're gonna get that 300 minutes for free, and then after that, you're gonna find that subscription. It's what it is.
I'm gonna make them some content. What we gonna do? We gonna find a way to get.
I'm just telling you what. Okay, well, okay.
Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me while I craft a nicely worded email to marketing. And
I got you, Shirley. I do have you. They just changed their commissions. However they did commissions, they just changed it. I just updated my information. I got approved this week, so we're just waiting on getting the affiliate code. So it's coming. I'm just waiting on them.
Get your money right. Get your affiliate codes together. All right.
I had to wait on them. It wasn't on me. And they updated their stuff. They said that they're going to a new provider. So I had to jump on it. I wasn't trying to hold Shirley out. No, Shirley, good people.
No, definitely. All All right, let me ask you this, and this again is probably out of right field, and you may not have been ready for this, but kind of hinted to you before the show started. Um, we talk about a lot of social media platforms. We talk about trying to catch our audience where they are. Talk about, um, you know, all the cool kids are either over here or over there, and do we try to follow them? Do we try to boil the ocean? My question is, what social media platform do you, as a content creator, are you looking to master? Are you looking to not just double up, but triple up? Or where are you putting the majority of your energy at? Because we've talked about a number of platforms that are coming around and that are more niche, and I'm talking about like the fan bases. I'm talking about the spills, things like that. But where are
Blue
you
sky.
spending the most of your time uh, building your audience?
Unfortunately, and I
Mm,
probably should not do this, most of my time is spent over on Facebook. And I
okay.
say that because most of the audience that I'm trying to attract is over there. Now, the only
Mm,
problem is I'm limited to the amount of followers. So to gain new followers, that's kind of hard on the personal page.
okay.
Now, it's my fault because I do not go over to the brand page and push the content out there. More comfortable because you tap the button, you're right there on your home page instead of going to your brand page and pushing out the content. I also go over to Instagram, but then, Instagram has this thing with this algorithm thing that I'm not really feeling.
Hmm.
So I've laid off of content on Instagram because I'm not happy with the algorithm. I'm not gonna beg you and I'm not gonna pay you to have my content be seen. I tell people all the time, go look at Beyonce and Taylor Swift's follower count and then go look at their last 5 posts. And there's no reason why only 10 or 20% of their followers are seeing their actual content, if that makes sense. But to their point, why would Instagram, which is still a meta company, why would they allow you to have access to all of your followers, right? When the brands can go directly to that person as opposed to going through them. So they want you to pump out more content
Mm,
to do what? So they can interject or intersect, fill in with ads. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn in between that. I know TikTok algorithm is a little bit better than probably Instagram, but I just never got on the Instagram train. I mean, excuse
okay.
me, on the TikTok train. I never got on the TikTok train. I'm trying. I'm willing to try a little bit, but I mean, we got less than 75 days before it could either be the end of it or so I mean, I caught the wave a little too late. Plus, I'm
Yeah.
not a vertical guy, right? So
Yeah,
then that
I
leaves
got
you
you out
with
of your comfort zone with this. I know. I got you out
yeah,
of your
yeah,
comfort zone.
yeah. So now you got me over here looking at LinkedIn because I never was one of those people that I have to write a professional post and make it
Mm,
sound good. But LinkedIn kind of gets the attention of the people that I'm trying to attract. But at the same token, I'm trying to reach the people, and the people are not on LinkedIn. The people are over on these other platforms. But I also understand that LinkedIn is where I need to be. So that only leaves me with YouTube. I was looking at Threads, I was looking at Blue Sky, but Blue
mm.
Sky only allows 1 minute worth of content. I think Threads only
Oh,
allows
you
two
can't
minutes.
live stream on Blue
Yeah,
Sky
yeah,
yet. Yeah.
yeah. Solo says, "Tall boy, you got to get out your comfort zone." No, you're right. So now that leaves me with YouTube. Now, do I play by the rules with YouTube and doing the thumbnails and writing out the descriptions and creating the text? No, that's the job. And Tallboy don't want to do no job. Tallboy wants to have fun doing this, right? So, I mean, you don't really understand the processes of the editing. And I get it. Maybe the editing probably should not put so much time into it and just throw the content at you and it has no production value whatsoever. But I value production. So when it comes to me, most of my time is on Facebook, but I also know that I'm limited there. And then I'm looking at YouTube and I'm also starting to transition over to LinkedIn.
All right. And I apologize if we're getting under the skin, but I'm gonna ask you these questions. I'm gonna ask you because, and I still want to know. And folks, you chime in as well. Where are you? because a lot of the folks that are already leaving comments are creators as well. And I know YouTube reigns supreme, right? Because YouTube is just the global search. It's like Google. Then there's YouTube. So that's where we kind of live. Really interesting what you mentioned about LinkedIn, though, because LinkedIn is where the business decision makers are. I started up a whole nother newsletter on LinkedIn, and it's really niche down to just enterprise technology. It's talking about stuff at the 301, 401 level, and I'm getting a lot of engagement from that side. But again, it's C-suite type of folks that are subscribing and commenting and sharing it. But again, it's a whole different audience. The stuff that I'm putting out on Substack, on that newsletter, is the consumer tech, is the look at the cameras, look at the microphones, look at the lights, look at the monitors, look at all that stuff. And it's conversations around those types of things. And the engagement isn't as high, again, as the LinkedIn side. The subscriber counts are there, but the engagement. So I'm really more focused on the engagement because I want folks to like the content and share it out. I was an early user, and I was given early codes to Spill, which is, let me just pull up what is Spill trying to do. Let's just.
So Spill is
I'm bringing it up. Spill is a visual conversation at the speed of culture. Spill was trying to replace. It was actually some engineers that got fired from Twitter, and they started up their own social network. So it's a Twitter replacement, kind of almost even an Instagram replacement. And so that's what that is.
Isn't that the same as Blue Sky?
Very similar to Blue Sky, but Blue Sky mainly started out as just text. Spill is more visual. So you can actually do shorter videos. You can do more pictures as well, as opposed to just text. So Spill was more of, like this, folks sharing what they're eating, folks sharing just their vacation. It was more of that stuff, more of the Instagram replacement, more of the Twitter replacement, just more of the dynamics content as opposed to just the textual content geared towards Black folks. Started from Black folks that were fired from Twitter, so they said we're gonna make our own. It's slowly moving. It hasn't completely taken off. I hope that they do take off because I like the idea, but there hasn't been enough traction with it, just from my third person looking in. Then there's Fanbase. Fanbase, Isaac Hayes III. Y'all know who Isaac Hayes first is. So this is Isaac Hayes III, who started a replacement for Clubhouse, replacement for Twitter, for almost an aggregate of all the other social platforms out there. That's kind of what Fanbase is. It's really being able to aggregate and bring in all of those feeds and do exclusive content from a video side, from a photo side. You can fire up rooms, and you can actually have discussion rooms as well. So think Clubhouse, but with more flexibility. And they are actually open to investment as well. So Fanbase is actually trying to garner investment from users as well. So I like that. But it's just not there yet, right? It's getting there. And do we want to spend our time working with and trying to build an audience in some of these new places, or focus on where the established community is? Like you said, your folks are on Facebook. Everybody on this planet has a Facebook account. So it's a lot easier to reach folks where they are if they're already there, as opposed to trying to pick them up and move them over to Spill, Fanbase, Snapchat, wherever the case may be. I don't have the answer. I'm asking as well, but just trying to figure it out because I want to support, but don't have time to boil the ocean. Don't have time to go everywhere.
Well, the problem that you have with Fanbase is it's a new. I'm not going to say it's a new app, but it's a growing app, right? And the thing with Fanbase that you're looking at compared to Spill, they have 6 different verticals. Shout out to the Roscoe, because she actually just came into the room just now on Fanbase, as you mentioned Fanbase, right?
Love it.
But with that being said, Fanbase is an app that a lot of people are not familiar with, and we've always said that here's an opportunity for you to own a piece of the social media infrastructure. So if you're willing to buy in to whatever the raise is at that time, you own some shares of fan base. So this is the first social media app. You never got a chance to own Twitter. You never got a chance to own Facebook. You never got a chance to own Instagram or YouTube. Fan base allowed you that opportunity, right? To come in and say, if you would like to own a piece of what we have, you can. And when we do go public, you will be able to cash out. Now they have 6 different verticals, and the verticals are going live. You're being able to make regular posts. You're being able to do flicks, which are considered reels, long form content, audio rooms, and then you can create camps. So, and then here's the kicker with all of that with fan base. You get paid for commenting, you get paid for posting, you get paid for going live, you get paid for any medium that you interact on. If you interact, you can throw out some loves. And the way the loves work is for every love, you get a half a penny. So for every 2 cents, you get 1 penny. For every 10 cents, you get 5 cents, right? So this is your opportunity to come over to Fanbase and be a part of a growing community. And don't get me wrong, all platforms have their own issues, right?
Mhm.
But it's an opportunity for you to, to come over and be a part of something that is growing. And when TikTok went down, when Clubhouse had some issues last year, the great
Mm.
migration started to come over. So now we're having an opportunity to see a growing base. But now they have some internal issues that they have to figure out. But we have to remember they're not a major company such as a Meta, such as a TikTok, such as a YouTube. So we have to give them that same grace, right? That we would give some of these large small teams saying just like Spill, hey, we have something, we would love for you to interact with us, and you kind of go from there. So is fan base for everyone? I don't know. You have to get over there and you have to go check it out yourself. You have to spend some time with it the same way you spent time with Facebook, the same time you spent with Instagram, the same time you spent with any other social platform. You have to give it its fair shake. That's the best way that I can describe fan base. I don't know about Spill. I think I created a Spill account, but I never went over there. I just created a Blue Sky account. I just created a Truth Social account the other day. And it's like, I don't know anything about these accounts. I just created something, and now am I willing to spend my time over there? I
Mm.
still find myself back over at Fanbase as opposed to some of these other
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to have your name on those platforms, right? So you can set the
Mhm.
username so you can have the oh boy and before someone else grabs it, that kind of thing. But again, my thoughts are when you start segmenting your audience and you start trying to be in all of these locations, that's tough. I'm real conscious in terms of like where we're streaming tonight on my side. So we're streaming globally to both of our channels, and so in all transparency, streaming on TikTok because I get paid on TikTok. Right. I mean, there's a revenue uh, reasoning behind that, so I get paid on that. Instagram because I'm bringing in a lot because we're both bringing in a lot of folks who typically wouldn't have logged in to our stream just instantaneously. Like the comment that said, "Boom!" It showed up on my phone, so I logged in. That's another view. Obviously, YouTube because folks that are watching on YouTube, you see, I got the merch shelf that's cycling through with various products. I can do a lot of things with that, and that's really where I'm going. I'm only on Facebook for mom. So, mom, but we gonna cut you soon because listen, just again, it's just the way I feel about Facebook is just not working. So this is episode 2 of Rebooted. By episode 5, I'm not going to be on Facebook. I just
Now shout out to Solo because he's saying, do you remember that all these platforms started small and had issues too?
yeah,
We have to give them the time to grow. Same with Spill. So it's no knock to any of these
yeah.
platforms,
No, I
right?
agree. Yeah,
I'm not knocking any of them. Is can the audience have that same patience because they already know how the popular ones already work, right? The question is, are they going to give the newer platforms the same grace as they gave Facebook,
yes.
YouTube, Instagram? Are they going to give them that
And are
same
they going to
grace?
follow us? Right. And are they going to uproot and follow us to that next one? Or this is something, again, I'm not going to put all our business out there. What we're also doing individually and collectively, spinning up our own community where we own the land as opposed to rent the land. Now,
Here's
go
another
ahead.
comment.
Go ahead.
Another comment from Solo. He said, being a content creator is very underestimated. You have so much to do and consider for each platform. It's a lot to deal for each platform.
Solo talking the truth. Whoever that is, they telling the truth.
Yeah.
The stuff that goes on behind
and each
the
platform
scenes
has different things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember so many characters on Twitter. 1 minute on Blue Sky, 5 minutes on, whatever platform.
Yeah.
YouTube is unlimited, fan base may have issues uploading. You just, it's a lot. And you have to understand how each one of those work. And you want to be able to plant your flag on each one of those platforms, because you never know who's watching, where, when. Here we are doing vertical content and it looks good on our phones, right? But then I'm looking at it on Fanbase and it doesn't look as sexy on Fanbase, but it's still up and going over here, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Kevin is over here saying, appreciate you for being here, Kevin, as well. He's saying users have consumption habits and shifting those habits as a creator is difficult. Sometimes you have to meet the audience where they are. My God.
Yeah.
Kevin Cox always coming through with them gems like that. That's my guy. That's my guy. D.A. Roscoe, hey, getting confused, but I'm only slightly less confused now, being in both fan base and here on YouTube. So appreciate you for doing this. So we're going to use you as a test case. Which, from a consumption perspective, D.A. Roscoe is better?
It's Roscoe. Come on now, she one of us.
Oh, I thought it was district attorney. I thought it was, I thought it was district. I thought it was Esquire.
Oh, this guy is Roscoe.
I was gonna put a tag on the name. I thought it was, I thought it was Judge. Okay, but she from the streets too. Okay. So which one of these platforms? I came with you. I came. We got a blooper reel coming tomorrow, folks, and it's gonna be hot. Fanbase versus YouTube, just that user experience. And are you watching on your phone or are you like on a laptop? I would really be interested in that. Appreciate you, Deborah Ann. Goodness gracious, you're not gonna embarrass me. Not gonna embarrass me.
We just call her Roscoe.
Okay. You said you forgot.
Come on now, we waiting on you. Look.
Well,
see, this is dead air.
No, she called you.
She says this is dead air. This is dead air right now. Like we waiting on. Are you on your phone or are you on your laptop? She's on her phone.
Here we go. We'll wait.
She probably got 2 devices.
Hold on. No Jeopardy music. Do I get a strike for that, for playing this?
I'm on YouTube with my iPad Mini. There you go.
We'll find out if I get a strike from YouTube for playing the Jeopardy theme song.
You see the comment?
I do. She's on her iPad. Okay. Shouts out to the iPad Pro too. So she got it like that. She knows. So again, price versus cost. She got with the one that she got the good one. All right. I'll leave that alone now.
Are you gonna answer? Are you gonna answer her situation?
She was supposed to answer my question. She says I'm on YouTube on my iPad. My iPad Pro is on Fanbase. I was just asking her I asked her which experience was better, Fanbase versus YouTube. Don't try to call me out. I know what I say.
Okay.
We can rewind the tape. Don't put me out there on Front Street. Fanbase is better optimized on iOS than Android. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they most of these apps are better optimized for iOS.
Yeah.
Just be honest. I mean, because you guys get it first, you get a chance to test it first. It's easier probably to get it into the App Store as opposed to get it into the Google Play Store. So, and the ecosystem in the US is already set up for iOS. There's no argument there. We know that. But globally, I mean, we know Android is where it's at. He says, "So I'm watching on Instagram and watching on Fanbase, but my current work, I have to interact with all the platforms, unfortunately, but I'm watching from the phone for social media and laptop, YouTube," says Solo.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate you, Solo. Appreciate you, the Roscoe.
The Roscoe says,
Roscoe.
"I like both, honestly, but
Yeah.
YouTube don't have a voice chat." Yeah, so unfortunately, I can't talk inside of Fanbase. I don't even have my mic muted, so that's probably why she's hearing this delay. So she's hearing us live here, but then she's hearing it
Oh, she's got you.
delayed about 10. She's hearing it twice.
Mm,
So I probably should just mute my mic, and then that way she can just watch what's going on, and then now it can give her a better experience. I
there you
just
go.
don't like the black bars.
Take care of your
So,
people,
but
man.
yeah, I get it.
No, see, there she go. Exactly. Take care of your people. She over here telling you.
I muted myself. That's fine. I
Lord have
muted.
mercy. All right, all
It's
right.
fine.
Let's move on. Let's not
Thank you.
beat this horse or anything of that nature. Um, I was going to ask you about something else. Kind of forgot what it was, but that's just because again I'm getting older in days, and I forgot what it was. Y'all got
It
any
didn't have nothing to do
questions?
with it.
Y'all got any comments? Anything? Lisa, I
Yeah.
see you over there on Instagram. Appreciate you, my friend, for joining. Thank you for
Does
joining the
anybody have
show.
any questions? Ask us any questions that has been bothering. Maybe you need some clarification. I know we
Maybe
discussed
burning.
milliamps
Go ask
earlier.
somebody else. I ain't a doctor. If you-
Now, if you burning that way, I can't help you. Uh, I just can't. No, I just
all
can't.
I can help
So
you with is how to spend that money. I can send you over to Amazon and B&H. That's all. I've been hanging out
speaking of,
over on Whatnot. Okay, so check this out. Kevin is saying he's over there on Whatnot, and YG needs to integrate the tap and hold to mention someone in the chat like Whatnot has. And Whatnot is a live selling platform, which is looking really interesting. Right. So again, instead of just putting your stuff out there on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, boom, walk around with your phone, film yourself, or even Amazon, right? Walk around with your phone and do a live stream of what you're trying to sell. You can do auctions. You can do, um, you know, live stream shows for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever the case may be. And literally just sell your wares right there. There is no more middleman. And I love the fact that live internet selling is becoming more commercialized and more easy for the end user to do. So yeah,
yeah.
that's dope about Whatnot. Okay.
Well, it's funny that you say that because um, Amazon was supposed to do Amazon live selling, which they still are, but it
Yes.
never took off the way we probably anticipated it to take off during COVID. And now to see a competitor come on like a Whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
it's starting to get that traction that we were not expecting. I mean, they almost got me to press that button 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I really want this or not. Like, can I really hold do I really, really need this?" But I'm not over on Amazon doing live selling the way I am looking at Whatnot. I'm
Yeah.
spending 20, 30 minutes a day looking at what Whatnot has, and the cool thing about Whatnot is you
Oh, so
got
they
10
got
seconds.
you. Okay.
You either want it or you don't. So I know Awesome Fun Things is one of those guys that's over there, and I think he's trying to do some live selling over there. But the cool thing about it is it's 10 seconds and it's an auction. And so if you bid on it, then I think they give you an extra 4 or 5 seconds. But that is going, it's like this. It's quick. Do you want it or you don't? It's gone. Bye. So and then they start the price off at most products are starting off at $1 and it goes up from there. So, I mean, you got 10 seconds and you got people watching from all over the world or all over the United States, and this is their opportunity to get something that you want to. So, do you want it or do you not?
Make that call. Excuse me. Make that call. Deborah Anna said she loves how you loop and everything in fan base. Thinks that's dope. Right. Whatnot still takes their cut of the pie. They have some amazing community within the Whatnot communities. Yeah. So I mean, there's all these out there, and again, how much time do you spend going over to those other platforms, and or do you just lock in and focus on what we know works and where a high majority of our people are, or your people are? Right? You look at your analytics and you see more and more people that either live on mobile and are preferring to use either Facebook or YouTube or whatever the case may be. Do you just push all your chips in and lock in there, or do you maybe leave out that other 20-30% of folks, right, that are on those other platforms? I'm debating with this myself again, to be honest with you.
So
I'm
I'm
leaning towards cutting everyone else out. I'm leaning towards cutting and pushing over to YouTube. 100%.
I've come to the conclusion that this is what it is, because I've tried to be on multiple platforms and it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to work. You have to find a platform that you're comfortable with and build your audience there. And the ones that want to be there, they'll be there. I ask people on Facebook to please support me. Please come rock with me. Hey, if you want to learn more, come on over here.
Come on.
And I'm trying to even give it to you on Facebook, and there's still no support. I try to do it on Instagram. Meet me over here, and then I have to take care of my community that I spend most of my time on. Just take care of them. It's like it's kind of like you got multiple kids. You got two kids. Do you treat one more fair? Do you treat the oldest better? Do you treat the youngest better? Like, you got multiple kids. Like, I can't. Look, I love you, but I'm gonna be over here. And if you love me back, this is where I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna take care of you.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll make this call right here, because the Roscoe's even saying, "Wait, tall boy, this is vertical format. This is clearly not your doing." I am not hell bent on this. I wanted to try it again as an interesting experiment, and a lot of things seem to be working. Trisha, I see you over there. See, man, I'm getting a gang of folks over on IG. We got to figure this out. But let's make this call right now. Experiment. We did the first two shows of rebooted vertical format. Would you prefer us from now on to go back to horizontal?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I like,
because you're the only one that has a say. I mean, everyone else, we love you, and we're doing this for you.
But the reason why, and Roscoe knows me, I have had multiple heated discussions on Fanbase about landscape content, and people have been telling me for 2-3 years now, "Probably you got to go vertical." Now, will I go vertical on the Lab Tech show? I don't think I am. Yeah. But over here for this show, the premise was we're gonna do vertical live streams.
All right, I threw it out there. I gave you the opportunity.
We're going to test it out.
Okay.
And what we're seeing is a consistent stream of people, and what I'm seeing is it's comfortable for them to watch on their phone, as opposed to I got to turn my phone sideways.
When I got Mills Garrett over here too on IG, so we winning. Yeah.
When I did the edits this week and I looked at the final product, I was like, this looks sexy. It's tedious, but it looks sexy on the edit. So if you go to the Lab Tech show, if you go to my Instagram page, and if you go to my personal Facebook page, you'll see those edits that I did. And if you're watching on your phone, it really looks good.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Maybe I could start doing this for my other stuff too. But I'm like, it's very tedious. And
it takes a little work. It does take a work.
Yeah.
I'll say, Florence, what's good? Appreciate you being here, my friend, as well. That's what I was going to say. See, again, I forgot. Things fall out of my head and then come back in. We got the ticker at the bottom, because you mentioned about your social profiles and your locations. We got the ticker down there at the bottom, but with like your merch shop, your YouTube page. I got my stuff on there too, but I'm giving flowers to the man up on top right there. So yeah. Y'all better, let's see, you look better vertical on IG versus YouTube. Just me saying. Okay. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Ecamm is working. See, hold on. And Paul has the inside scoop. He's probably already got that beta. I just got the beta. But Paul got the beta. He says, so Ecamm is working on being able to stream horizontal and vertical at the same time. bro. When y'all don't understand. If you got a Mac and you are trying to do digital content creation and share your message to your community, stop playing. Go get Ecamm. Go get Ecamm Live. Load it on your system, because them brothers, Ken and Glenn, have done something incredible. And it's not, and they're the ones that are coding it. They've created the platform, but it's the community that is shepherding them along, and we live and breathe it. Paul Duncan, again, he is the moderator of choice over there. And this, like I say, I got the beta, but he's probably got the beta. So he's probably already running it. I don't know. But so, that kind of stuff is coming. So again, no, I'm sorry. Just the fact that they're already thinking of that in front of something like a StreamYard, in front of something like a Restream, in front of something like a BeLive or
OneStream,
OBS or OneStream, right? Those are all decent platforms, or decent products, web-based, do what they do, and they're okay. But when you want to raise that level up, there's two platforms. On the PC side is vMix. On the Mac side, it's Ecamm. In the conversation.
So once again, you're going so fast that these people don't.
I talk
really
slow. What you talking about? I ain't go too fast.
Most people don't even have a computer that can even do
what your
computer does.
Well, then they're not watching this right now.
Well, there are some people watching, James, and that's the problem. You got to understand. You got to meet the people where they are, because they like what we're doing, and some people are probably saying, "I want to do that too," but they just don't have the necessary, or they don't have the right specs on their laptop. It's no fault of their own, but it's just that they bought a laptop and now they're seeing this and they're like, "Hey, I want this. How do I do this?" But if you don't have the specs, you cannot go to Ecamm, and if you don't have the right specs, you can't go to vMix. So you're telling them to go buy something and they don't even have the specs to even do it. And then on top of that, you got to look at the learning curve that it comes with it. That's why when we do what we do, let me get was the church finger up?
Lord,
when James and I first
about to have a stroke.
When James and I first started doing the Lab Tech Show, we both did not know Ecamm or vMix. And we both said we were going to switch out 1 month at a time to learn the software. So 1 month I had it, 1 month he had it. And we had a learning curve that was very intense. Now, that was 3 years ago. We have mastered that learning curve. Somebody who is a novice or that is somewhat a live streaming professional, they may not know what a scene is, what an input is, what this does, what that. They may not even have the specs, James, and you got to meet the people where they are. Like I said, you already up there. You made it to the mountaintop, but you can't forget about the people, James.
I apologize. I don't want to leave anybody behind, and for making assumptions.
See, look at Roscoe's comment. Look at Roscoe's comment.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and put this out here. Let me get all you had your soapbox. Let me say this too as well. I apologize if I left anybody behind, if I made some assumptions. But if you would like to have a more detailed conversation in terms of your technology strategy, feel free to book a time on my calendar, and we can have a conversation, 60 minutes. Give you that time. And we can discuss strategies so whereas you can actually reach your community in the best way that's possible for you. How's that? Trouble.
Job well done, sir.
Well, I'm out here making this money, right? So again, we can get on the calendar, and we can build your tech stack.
Yeah, but they may not have the coin. They may not have the coin, and the way this government is going right now.
I've got solutions from a budget-friendly perspective. I got solutions for intermediate and then for the amateur. We can. There is no excuse. If you want to get into this world, two people on the screen right now can help you get to where you want to be. I'm just telling you that if you come talk to me, I'm going to charge you a little bit because we're going to actually have some actionable plans in terms of getting you from point A to point Z. So we're going to get you to where you got to get. It's going to cost you just a little bit to get that focused time, but we're going to get you to where you got to be, and we're going to level up your knowledge. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I love you, brother. I love you. I'm so glad we're doing this. I'm so glad. What were you
So to
saying?
Roscoe's point earlier, she said that I don't even see it. She said this is as close as he's going to get to admitting that he likes vertical content.
Man, Momo,
I don't.
he gonna take this to the grave with him, boy. He now ain't gonna.
Okay. Anything about AI you want to discuss?
Always says I like him. Why isn't he on fan? I am on Fanbase. I appreciate you, my friend. I forgot to go live on Fanbase, but what I'll do, I'll chop this up and I'll push it out there. I'll look for you in.
He's not in the audio rooms the way we are, Roscoe. He just probably posted.
I just pop in and pop out, right? You know, I don't get down with him too much, but I will. I don't want to talk too much AI right now because I actually talked a little bit on Florence's stream the other day. Iron sharpens iron. I talked a little bit about that, but I'm also going to be part of a masterclass coming up in the next couple of weeks with Alec Johnson, Mastering Your Digital Stage. And I'm going to be talking specifically about using AI for digital content creators. So I've got my premise and my foundation down, but I want to pull everybody over to the digital, the digital works. What's he call it? I don't know, but I'm talking during his masterclass, during his workshop.
Hold on, I see how you're getting your promos in. Get it
you see, I'm getting it. The floor is open, brother.
I'm not knocking you.
You better get yours too.
Nobody wants me on their show. That's it.
Yes, they do.
They don't want me.
Yes, they do.
Because I'm gonna tell it like it is, and I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings, and then they're gonna be like, "See, this is why I should have never had him on."
What's so funny? Okay, so folks, I'm not gonna give all this business, but yeah, you will tell it like it is. That email that you copied me on earlier today. This business email that you sent out today, you had this man was really coming with the street cred though. He was like, "Hey, yo, we finna do this thing, and we want to highlight you, and just making sure that you cool." Because I was like, "Bruh, I ain't gonna put you out there." But I read that.
Put me out there. Hey. So shout out to Gemini.
Okay.
So my Gemini agent wrote that email for me.
Oh, Gemini wrote that. Oh, that's right. The one that you got trained as a black lady.
Yeah.
So you had a little culture, had a little flair, a little spice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to read the email to him? Go ahead. I don't care.
You want me to read the email?
Go ahead, read it. Let them know.
Lord have
hey,
mercy.
I got an agent. I got an assistant because I suck at writing emails. So it may be a little, yeah.
All right. And so, hey, whatchamacallit, it was a real pleasure connecting with you and the crew at NAB. Good vibes all around. So I've been rocking with the B2 Plus, and it's been a game changer. However, I've hit a small snag. I'm having a hard time finding a replacement online. Any chance you can point me in the right direction? On another note, I recently kicked off another show called Rebooted. We actually featured your product on our stream, and we were curious about the possibility of grabbing affiliate networks. Thanks again for reaching out. I thought there was some more ebonics in there. Hold on. Because the first time I read it, I was like, this black man. It's not too bad.
I'm not for the culture. Like, come on.
No, you definitely were. But again, that the LinkedIn crowd is different than the Facebook crowd.
Guess what? They're gonna have to meet me where I'm at, and I will slowly but surely adapt to where they are. And my AI agent is gonna help me get through these emails because I struggle with emails. I don't have someone. Since we're being honest, that's the best of my AI that I'm going to
here you go. Here you go. It's basically a couple of tech-loving dudes, myself and my co-host James Hicks, chopping it up about the latest products and trends. Does she know what chopping it up means?
Yes, she do. Actually, okay. Madeline does.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I actually,
Madeline had some swagger.
Okay, I was looking for.
I felt comfortable saying that around her.
Okay. Boy, it's yin and it's like the Odd Couple. It's like Felix and Oscar. If y'all old enough to remember the Odd Couple, we are who we are, but
I'm part of the new generation. You part of the older generation. That's perfectly fine.
This boy said we chopping it up.
Roscoe, we're not going down that road. We not. He said he don't want to talk about AI, so we're not going down that road. So you can stay.
I won't get too deep, but I will talk about it, and I want to be cognizant of your time as well. But
we do it for another segment.
We got Chief has just joined. Chief over there on IG. That's my guy. Appreciate you for joining. Irvan DB in the building. I don't know who that is, but appreciate you for joining us as well. What do you want to talk about? Look at Florence say no ebonics. Yeah, he was putting that ebonics.
Oh, it's gonna be some ebonics up in there. Oh, it's like I said, I don't even know if I could pull up what my agent is supposed to do, but I said give it to me in an African American tone. And
y'all watch last week's episode because he did a whole demo of Gemini, his AI agent, and it was actually pretty hot. So yeah, y'all go watch last week's episode. See. Trying to get that watch time as well. Go watch last week's episode.
So my agent, my Gemini agent, she can write emails for me, and she does it in an African American tone. She gives me a little swagger, no emojis, and she also tells me how it relates to somebody 40 plus.
There we go.
That's it.
No,
that's it.
Dope. Mama's in the building. See, she joined just now when I said, after I said, I'm leaving Facebook, of course, but that's where she joined. Appreciate you, though, Ma. Appreciate you. Listen, man, let's bring this plane in because we did what we needed to do, and we still got a gang of folks on various platforms watching. Chief, there we go. Can't wait for TNS, Team No Sleep. Yes, sir, man. You're a good man. Appreciate you for everything. Oh, my God, he brought Noosh with him. I can't leave now. I got some old champions in the room. Everyone's important.
Well, let's do one more segment, and then we'll do one more. We'll do one more segment, and then we'll tap out.
Okay. We got to give respect to the OGs for sure. What do you want to talk about? You said you want to talk about a little bit about AI. What do you want to talk about?
No.
My conversation. Go ahead. What?
We'll do AI next week. We'll do AI next week.
Okay.
We'll just leave the AI stuff for next week. I heard you picked up the Tele TV, and we still got CES content that we can talk about. Because I don't want some of that stuff to be remissed or passed over, because there was a lot of stuff that was out there that needed to be discussed. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, let me see. I picked up a new.
Yeah, what you got? That you buying all this gear? I'm not buying anything. I'm saving up for automobile. I'm not buying no gear.
So let's be honest.
Yes, sir.
I have not bought any gear. I don't want to say how long it's been, but it's been some time since I actually picked up some gear on Amazon. It's been some time. I have literally gone the software route.
Okay.
Use what you got, right? Use what you got till you get to where you're trying to go. So I got the old Sony A5100, the old A6100. I got the GVM lights. I got the ATEM, the original ATEM Mini, original Stream Deck, the Rodecaster Pro 2. I don't need anything else, right? But I was on TikTok and I was watching the people do whatever they were doing. And I said, you know what? I've been eyeing this product, but I wasn't one to really be like, do I really need this? Do I really want this? And I haven't had a chance to test it out because I just got it yesterday. But I picked up this desktop gimbal P02 auto face tracking device. Let me pull it out. There you go.
You got a PTZ camera.
Well, the knockoff one. Y'all want me to keep it real, right? No, that's what it is. So basically, you put your phone right here, and I will let you know how it works. But basically, you put your phone on a mini tripod, and basically, if you walk to the left, you walk to the right, it will literally track you. That's basically what it does. So you have some content that you're looking, if you have some content that you're looking to create, and you don't have a videographer um, to shoot for you, this might be something that you might want to look at. And I found it on Amazon. I want to say for $15 to $20. So I was actually impressed that I found something. I don't know how reliable, how good it is. I got 30 days to play with it. But you could be in the kitchen cooking. You can be, trying to describe something and you need to move to the left or the right and you got to stay in frame. Well, this allows you to stay in frame. So I'm going to see how that works and I'll get back with you and let you know my findings.
Okay. All right. See, again, it's one of those conversations, though. Shouts out to you for getting that. It's one of those price versus cost conversations. Because I was going to ask you how much you paid for. You said $15. Okay, I'm sure it'll get the job done.
That's all you need.
Extent.
I got a Pixel. Yeah. So I got a Pixel. So because I got the Pixel, I just needed to track me. So as long as it does the tracking, then I don't need it to do anything else because the Pixel does what it's supposed to do.
Okay. See,
am I right?
You're right. You're contextually, you're right. Right. And again, it does what it needs to do. You ask someone what the requirements are, and he said, you know what? Okay, this will do what you needed to do. I will here, and here's the difference in you and I. Just again, from having that consultancy conversation, you pointed out that I would probably point folks here. I would point them to the Obsbot collection, right? Because again, just a different quality of product does what you need to do today and what you need to do in the short and midterm, right? So you kind of you can grow it, but you can grow it again. But just kind of just the difference in terms of the conversation. So I understand where you are and what you're setting up and what you're offering, and it makes sense, right? So I mean, no knock to it or anything of that nature, but you're offering that, and I'm telling folks, hey, why don't you go check out the Osbot Tiny SE for $99 to do pan, tilt, and zoom and kind of things. But that's the yin and the yang here. But that's how
I'm
it works out.
not what you're saying. I'm just looking at it as for somebody who's not looking to spend any more money on hardware. If this can do what that can do, and I'm using a phone that produces superior quality content, I just needed to go left, right, up, down. That's all I needed to do. Now,
you don't need it to check your mail for you too. You don't need it to cut the grass, turn off
how many other? If you're watching, let me know in the comments. $99 versus $20. Let me know which one. I get it. Price versus cost. You get what you pay for. And if it don't work, I can say, man, this was a piece of crap. I told you, give me a couple of days. I can always return it.
Yeah.
No, and then I may have to go with the $99 one, which I'm probably not, because it's like, how bad do I need it?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do some more unboxings, and I'm like, I got to stay in frame, and I got to have everything all on the island and all on the table, and I got to be able to easily reach for it. But what if I need to go grab something somewhere else? I need it to follow me, right? That's all I'm saying.
I ain't mad at you. You could have got the new DJI Osmo 7. I think it was a 7 that was actually released today. You could have gone with that joint.
See, that's the problem. You had me caught up with all of that during COVID.
I did.
I was worried about buying all the new stuff, and Tallboy, you gotta get this, and some other people, I'm not gonna throw out their names, was talking about, you gotta have this because this is the latest and the greatest. And I got caught up in that. But then when you start looking at it, it was like, hold up, where can I get this a little bit cheaper and get what I need, and can it still get the job done?
Yeah.
And when I started finding products can get the job done for a little bit cheaper, and it may not be all the bells and whistles, if you learn how to work it, you'll be all right.
Let's do this.
To be perfect.
Let's do this. I just got a brain fart just now. And Trevor, I like what you were saying, $99. You've been eyeing the Osbot Tiny SE, deciding to do something else too. Let's put together within our Notion board here a buyer's guide for a lot of these verticals. So cameras, PTZ microphones and things like that, so budget, like I say, amateur, and even consumer pro kind of things. And we'll provide that as a digital download, as an asset to the community. I think that would bring some additional value for folks, because we talk about so many things and it's always rapid fire with us because it's more of a conversation. But like we've just gone from the thing you got off of Amazon. I've been talking about DJI. I've been talking also about HubSpot. So all these things that we just put together some lists for folks that are within our communities, digital content creators, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and things of that could be some value that we could bring. Is that an idea? I'm trying to bring some value, brother.
Yeah, I think we have something. I just think the biggest thing that you have, or that you're looking, I think the only thing that you're looking at is you're gonna go probably for the name brand, and I'm looking for the non-name brand or the non-popular brand. I don't want to throw out any names, but there's some names that you use, and I found some names that are probably just as quality. That can do the same job, but because they have a bigger name or they have a better marketing strategy, they get their names put out there a lot better. And because celebrity or influencer says this, they get the attention versus the products that I look for that are probably not going to get the attention. And
but I think what separates us from a lot of the other creators, and I will throw this out there, is we will be unbiased. So yeah, I may mention some of those top tier brands, maybe even if I've got brand relationships with them, and I've told a lot of the companies as well, I will still tell you if your baby's ugly.
Right? You gonna tell them?
Yeah, I'm telling them. I've told a lot of them already. I've told them that the baby is ugly, and will recommend something else. I've gotten in a little bit of hot water, but my credibility and my how my community sees the advice that I give is much more important than a commission check or whatever the case may be, or free product showing up. So I think that matters. So you have no fear in terms of me being non-biased. I know you will be non-biased, but I think that's some good value that we could do.
Yeah, I just think that if people want to level up, you got to ask yourself and I hate to say this, but you got to have the software to go with it too. And so we all look at the hardware first, but then now who's going to do the editing? And that's kind of where the clips and the choppity and the Membos come into play, right? Who's going to cut that up? Because now you shot it, who's going to edit it? You got some crispy quality, but who's going to edit it, right? Who's going to help you with your testimonial stuff? Like, okay, so you got the testimonial on video, but so you got to look at the software too. And it's like, hey, there's not enough money in the bank to say I'm buying this and I'm buying that. And then you talking about subscription costs. We got to figure that out. And so now somebody's going to get the axe. And I think software is going to go a lot longer than the hardware. That's just my personal take. I may be wrong, but I just think that you're going to need the software better. And I think people will say, I can use my phone because I just spent $1,000 on this phone and I can use this software. So if I can get a product for $20 and it can do what I needed to do, I can then turn around and take that other $80 and go buy 2 products that can help me with my software.
That's it. You're in alignment with what folks are saying too. And what Kevin says, it's more important that it works for the people as opposed to just getting another affiliate check. Rich Vibes in the building. Appreciate you, brother, coming in from the club. He is across the pond, so it's probably midnight there. He just got off the 1s and 2s. Rich Vibes.
My question is, did he play any Glorilla or Kendrick Lamar tonight?
I don't know. And no, I'm not going to play no R. Kelly. I'm not going to play the drop for R. Kelly. So I'm not going to do that. We covered a lot tonight, man. We covered a lot. We decided to stay vertical. We talked about defunct AI tech, Humane Pen. Tried to get you to buy some new cameras, but you bought the one from Amazon. So I'm trying to get you to spend some more money. It's 2:15 in the AM over there in the UK, just so you know. We got a new moderator for the show. Shouts out to the Paul Duncan. So we got Kevin Cox, we got Paul Duncan, we got a few others as well. So, growing. Had folks coming in from fan base. Still got over 20-some people across the platforms right now. And again, we try to wrap this up. I love it. Again.
That's the beautiful thing. And that's why I said I'd rather stay with the vertical.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be funny, but I already know that if this was in landscape, they probably would have tapped out.
Yeah. Yeah. Hour and 45 minutes, and it's fluctuated between 30 or something. And I can't see, unfortunately, the IG people, and I don't think I can see your side as well. So it's bounced between, from a live side, it's bounced between like 35 to no lower than, well, now we're back to 25. So it continues to bounce back and forth. And I keep hearing my LaMetric clock going off in the back, which means folks are liking the stream or they're subscribing to the channel. And it's gone off about 5 or 6 times within the last 10 minutes. So I hear that, and I'm like Pavlov's dog over here. I got to react to it. So again, the cues are there. We're getting the right cues from an engagement and from a delivery perspective. So okay, we'll keep it up.
I'm telling you guys, this is something. This vertical live stream, I'm watching Movie Go Who Calls a Child Ugly. I'm looking at people just popping in on Insta. I call the child ugly. If you're ugly, you're ugly. Now you've seen some ugly babies before.
Authenticity at its finest.
Baby.
Yes, Trisha.
Yeah. You need more people like me out here in the world, and that way people could be held to the fire. But what I'm saying is this vertical, and it's a live stream. This is not just a vertical podcast. This is live in real time. We're putting articles up. You're seeing ticker tapes. You're seeing us make mistakes in real time. And we go back and cut it up and say, hey, come back and join us. But to see a consistent flow of people 2 weeks in a row, and they have not left compared to what you see on landscape.
And to see new people.
Yeah.
A gang of new people.
I've seen a lot of new people come on this Instagram. This dude said, have I seen a mirror lately? Oh man. Wow. That's it. Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Ooh, I'm gonna leave that alone, boy. I'm gonna leave that alone. But hey, that's all right.
Okay, Movie Go. But look, this vertical live stream, it's tedious. It's a little bit more difficult. I know vMix can do vertical and horizontal at the same time. I just have to watch the videos to see how to do it, because I have not set it up that way. I have set up a vertical live stream. I've set up the horizontal, but to do it simultaneously, I have not done that. And that's something that I'm probably open to trying in the near future. But I'm seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm liking it. And the fact that you guys are even think that our content is even digestible, that means a lot to me, because we're just trying to give you something real and raw, and just let you know that, hey, we're here, and if something's out of pocket, you want the truth, and I plan to give it to you.
Listen, you got the head nod from my mom. She says, people like you to tell the truth, tall boy. You the one. It don't get much better than that. That's
come
like
on, Mama Hicks. I love it.
Mess around and invited you to dinner right there, boy. Probably get to sit at my table, in my chair. This is what we're gonna do soon. So I haven't even showed Tall Boy this. So we are going to continue to evolve, push the needle a little bit, or push the envelope a little bit. This week I brought in some, the ticker there with our assets on it. But guests are going to be part of the show as well, right? So being able to bring in one person, being able to maybe bring in 2 people, the idea of doing a roundtable, right? So multiple camera angles, and then so at the top is actually the Zoom active speaker. So bringing in folks, I'll actually put up, not today, so don't try to do it, but I'll put up a link that says join the roundtable. I'll put a link. And we'll be able to bring additional folks in. Probably keep it at a small list, but
I
like
got
6
you.
people.
Can I raise you one?
Yes, sir.
I got some software that we can bring in
What
a
you
live
got?
studio that we can bring in a live studio audience from Zoom. So we have to have a minimum amount of, a certain number. I'll tell you about that offline.
Okay.
And we can bring in a studio audience if we can get people to share. And if they like it and they want to come back, they can be a part of the studio audience, and then they can come in from Zoom. And then if they have a question or they would like to raise a point with a guest or something like that, we have the capabilities to do that as well.
I
So,
love
I
it.
mean, it just
I love
depends
it.
if the audience and the people like it. I'm like I said, this is vertical,
Yeah.
and we here.
Yeah. Pushing the envelope. We getting a little more bleeding edge, but that's definitely wanted to show that to you and also show it to folks as well. Again, we're going to continue to evolve and make this the highest production, highest direction, highest bit of value for your hour and a half or however long that we are live for. So next Tuesday, am I around next Tuesday? You never know, man. I live in an airplane, so let me see. We may have to pre-record Tuesday. Oh no, I'm cool. You good?
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, take us home, man. Maybe give us an outro. I mean, go and take us out though.
To all the people that watch, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you. James is going to always be politically correct. I'm just going to give it to you real and raw. And that's why we call it Rebooted. We out.